is what is called the difference quotient. Sometimes. Sometimes it is not. So we're going to do, this is all we're doing is the difference quotient. And the difference quotient is this. That is the difference quotient. Now, it's not always easy. We always simplify it so that when you are finished, that h from the denominator goes away. If it doesn't, you have a mistake in the problem somewhere. Okay? That's the formula. All we're going to do is use it. Are you ready? Okay. If I tell you f of x is 5x plus 9, find the difference quotient. Okay, the first thing says f of x plus h, doesn't it? Which means I go to my equation, everywhere there's an x, I put x plus h. All right? So doesn't that give me 5 times x plus h plus 9? Do you agree? And then it says minus f of x. Isn't f of x 5x plus 9? Now, it's minus the whole thing, so I put it in parentheses. All of this is over h. Now I simplify. Isn't this 5x plus 5h plus 9 minus 5x minus 9 over h? Agree or disagree? Agree. Now, what happens on top? So I'm left with 5h over h? Yep. And the h's cancel, and my answer is 5. That's what I meant. The h had to cancel out. Did that make sense? Yeah. That one had to make sense before I go harder. I'm just going to kind of go a little bit at a time. Okay. All right? This time, I'm debating this will work. F of x is equal to, Cadence, turn your watch off, please. Turn it off. Oh, off. Negative 5x squared minus 4x plus 2. That's f of x. Okay. For the difference quotient, what do I do first? In place of x, what do I put? X plus h, right? So I have negative 5x plus h squared minus 4x plus h plus 2. And then what do I have? Minus my original? Yeah. So minus negative 5x squared minus 4x plus 2 all over h. Okay? We know how to FOIL this, don't we? You remember I told you to use that shortcut? This is why. If you had to sit down and write it all out, that's where you get bogged down, right? So isn't this right here x squared plus 2xh plus h squared? Do you agree? So don't I have negative 5x squared minus 10xh minus 5h squared? Minus 4x minus 4h plus 2, right? Plus 5x squared plus 4x minus 2 all over h. Details on this, guys. You can't lose a negative somewhere. All right. Looking at this, what happens to my 5x squared? They cancel out. So they're gone. Right? My 4x cancels out. The 2's cancel out. So I'm left with negative 10xh minus 5h squared over h. Oh, I forgot minus 4h, didn't I? Thank you. Right? Can I factor an h out of the top? Which leaves me negative 10x minus 5h minus 4 over h. And what happens with my h's? And there's my answer. How was that one?
So we don't have to solve farther than, like, you don't have to.
You have to get it where the h on bottom cancels out. No, but the h on bottom does. We get rid of that denominator. So far, okay? Ready to go just a little bit harder before I throw the hard one at you? It's okay if we just walk through this slow, isn't it? F of x equals x cubed plus x plus 5. Okay, isn't this x plus h cubed plus x plus h plus 5 minus x cubed minus x minus 5 all over h?
Minus x minus 5?
Oh, no. This should be this, shouldn't it? I distributed my negative part way. That's not a good thing to do. That's where you lose your details. Are we good? Now, do you remember what to do with this? 1, 3, 3, 1.
Right.
It always starts with 1, Chandler. All of them start with 1, if that helps. So isn't it 1x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x plus h cubed h squared h? Is that right? Did you all remember how to do that? Do you see where that's a good thing to know? We had good timing on that, to have the day off to do that. Plus x plus h plus 5 minus x cubed minus x minus 5 all over h. Right? All right. What happens? The x cubes are gone. And the 5 and the x, isn't it?
Yes.
So I have 3x squared h plus 3xh squared plus h cubed plus h. Right? Take out an h. When I take out an h, to cancel with that, I have 3x squared plus 3xh plus h squared plus 1. And the h's cancel. You see we're doing the same thing every time, clearing out? All right. Let's do one more hard one. Okay? And this one's a step up in difficulty. There's not on any of the problems I give you. We've got to do the difference quotient, right? Which is 1 over x plus h minus 3 minus 1 over x minus 3 over h. With me? Okay. In my numerator, I have 2 fractions that I am subtracting or adding, either however you want to look at it. Isn't it true the only way to add or subtract fractions is to get a common denominator? And isn't my common denominator, it is x plus h minus 3 times x minus 3. Do you agree? So what did I multiply this denominator right here by to get this one? What did I multiply this denominator by to get this one? So don't I multiply the top by the same thing? So in my numerator, I have x minus 3. Right? Now, for my second, it's a minus in between. For my second one, what did I multiply x minus 3 by to get my new denominator? X plus h minus 3, and all of this is over h.
So you get,
Now, can I combine my two numerators?
yes.
So what I have is x minus 3 minus x minus h plus 3 over x plus h minus 3 times x minus 3 all over h. Is that right?
Then we have this H on top.
Actually, I think we have a negative h.
Yes.
Don't I?
Looks
Do you
cancel
agree?
out. Well, yeah, but it was canceled, right?
Well,
H.
what I have is this. Right?
Yeah.
Now, is this divided by h? Which, if it's divided by h, is that the same thing as multiplied by 1 over h? So can I do this? Do you agree with that? What happens to my h's? Do I have an h on top and an h on bottom? So do they cancel? And I end up with negative 1 over x plus h minus 3 times x minus 3. How was that? You know what that was? That was very detailed. One little detail and it'll mess you up. Right?
That's what I'm scared about.
But that's part of what we're learning in this class is to watch details. Because, I mean, let's face it, if you get a good job, they expect you to be able to check details. Don't they? I will guarantee for Lily's, especially your dad, details are a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just ignore those little bitty things. And so you have to kind of teach your brain to look for it. And that's kind of what this is doing. We good with this? We have a short assignment.
2 problems.